Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very loose, more impressionistic pen and ink watercolor wash. A lot of times when I draw in my journals, or sometimes even when I'm drawing, I get very detailed and I try to be very, very specific. And what I think I'd like to try and instill is that sometimes it's better to be loose, quick, and kind of to the point, especially if you're journaling out in real world. You don't have a lot of time as people are strolling by. These happen to be still shots. This happens to be from this photograph, but look at the details that match almost precisely to this particular drawing. And then I'll wash this, I'll ink this. But before I do that, I want to show you on a postcard paper how you may want to try exercising a little looseness. So I'm going to take this, move it to the side. We're going to open up and get out our equipment, which in this case I'll be using a fountain pen. Let me just move the watercolors to the side. Take this fountain pen, this is fine. And I just want to try and kind of not really time myself, but I don't want to pretend like I got all day. Like I want to kind of make it seem like I'm pressed for time. Like I just want to capture as much of the essence as I can in a few minutes. So this way the ink will dry and then I could go ahead and try to go ahead and wash it. So let's just begin. So we're going to say that the door is going to be over here somewhere. So I'm just going to quickly wonk the door in. And when I use the word wonk, I'm just talking about where my lines don't have to be precision, straight. So there's my door. And then I see that there's a little bit of an outside to the door. So I'm just going to frame. I'm going to frame that out. Frame this out. Okay. I'll get to some of this other stuff at the bottom in a few minutes. And don't worry if you double a line, triple a line, whatever. I see that there's some flowers here. So I'm just going to quickly kind of indicate those with a few little gestural lines. I see this in a square. So I'm just going to do that. All right, so now we have another wall that's behind here. There's a little bit of a plaque. So I'm just going to put part of the plaque. And then there's a wall that kind of comes down. And then it starts to proceed with the window. Now up here is some floral. So I'm just going to try to indicate that really quick. See, I'm just going really, really fast now. And this is what I'm talking about. Just capturing the essence. It comes all the way over here and it drops down again. Okay. So then we have another part of the frame, which if you feel you want to go that way with the line or this way with the line. So I'm just going to go this way with the line. And then in front of this, all of this is a bike. So let's just put the bike in really, really quickly. Now, how would I put the bike in? I would probably start with where I think the window is. I would just go with a seat. Something like this will represent the seat. Then you got the pole that comes down here. You know, it shows the gears, the pedal. One's pedals up, one pedals down. Then you got the back part of the bike that kind of goes here with a circle. And then this comes back forward. And then you got the bar right here. Then you got some florals again, but you got another bar that comes up this way. And now let's put in the tires. So let's just go like this. We're going to indicate that as a tire. And then you got the florals. So let's just put those in real fast. And it's sitting in a basket. So let's just put a basket up here real fast. And then just let's continue. And then we're going to say that this tire kind of goes over here. Again, it's okay because we're going for speed. We're not going for total accuracy. We're going for looseness. And then we have the pole that goes here. You got the handlebars that come out. And then you got a window that kind of closes over here. So we pretty much blocked in the basic shape, which is all we need to get going. So now we're just going to kind of go through here with this part of the window. And then you got plants that drip down over here and another set that drips down over here. So let's just quickly indicate those. Comes up here, goes back down, goes up here, goes over here, comes back down. And then you have like the bottom part of the window. So we're going to just do this. And then we're going to say that this is that frame. So this is another part of the frame. And then we're just going to start breaking back this part of the window. So now in here, there's two large indications for the window frame. So we're just going to put those in, one right there. And then there's another one that's over here. Do they break down this way? Not necessarily. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1, 2, 3 lines running this way. So we're just going to quickly put in 3 lines to break our windows down. I'm going to go up with this one. I'll go up with this one. And I'll even go up with this one. Okay, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 windows in here, which is 1, 2, 3 lines running down again. So we're just going to do 1, 2 lines will be fine. And then, and again, we're just adjusting it because this is what we're doing. We're just quickly trying to capture the essence. And then we know that this is framed up. So let's just frame up all of these little boxes now. Let's just frame these up real fast. There's that. Going to come across over here with this. Then we're just going to frame down, 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 like this. So now we're just getting the windows in very quickly. I'm not sure how long this is taking, but it's not taking as long as I did a little while ago. I'll tell you that much. And I'm pretty much catching the essence. So here we got this, then you got some kind of a gear thing here. Is that important? Not really. The basket was kind of important. It was really a little higher. So we're just going to go over here with this and indicate that something is holding it up. And then there's more flowers that kind of come out here. These tires are off, but that's okay too. Just going to make this one a little fatter. Make this one a little fatter. Then we're just going to put some spikes in it. Okay, and then let's go to the base. We got the base. We got a mat that comes out over here. So there's some kind of little bit of a walkway, like a little bit of a step. Then you got this carpet that just kind of curls right about there. Then we're just going to go back here with this part of the building. And then we're going to come like underneath here. There's a block. Underneath here there's a block. And we're just going to go straight across. And then come again. And then that we got our basket, so we could actually increase the size of that a little bit. Put some florals coming down the front, some more spiky things coming out, just to indicate that. Some little circles for the flowers that's inside. There's a little bit of a design on it. We don't worry about the towel thing there, but we're just going to try now to indicate some of the perspective, just like little lines for the walkway. And then we're just going to do every other one. And then maybe every other one up here. Like that. And there we have it. There we have it. And now let's do the door. The door has a little bit of a flower shape on it. So we're just going to do this. Put a little basket right in front of the door. There's a couple of windows behind it. So we're just going to do like this. There's the key holes right there. There's a mailbox right there. There's some little squares down here. And then I guess these are like kind of longer squares that run like this way. And there we have it. There's a light up there, but we don't really need to indicate that. But we do want to indicate the top part up there and there. So now, let's compare. This didn't take long at all. And we captured the basic essence very loosely of this scene. Versus this one, that's very detailed. They both are going to wash very nicely. But I think this one actually has a little bit more character and was done with a lot more freedom. And I think that practicing how to look at images and capture them this way prior to washing them will help. Because if I go over this one, I'm going to probably go over every single line that I drew. And it's going to almost look kind of mechanical, like this one does. Nice scene, nice window. It has all of the essence. It has the wonky lines still. You can paint the wall parts here. And you got flowers, and you got the windows and some drapery. You got these shutter doors. You got the top part of the window dressing, the bottom part of the windowsill dressing. But again, not as loose as this one was done. Not as loose. Loose meaning that there was a little more pressed for time, not caring really less about accuracy than I did here, and especially than I did here. And with the pencil and I guess the mindset of me drawing it, I just wanted to be a little bit more specific. Is there anything wrong with that? Nothing at all. Drawing should be free. But when you're trying to journal, when you're trying to capture the moment, you really want to try and be a lot more loose. Like these journal entries are very loose. They're 4 separate entries. They don't have to be straight. They didn't have to be accurate, not even in color, but in the fact that they were drawn rather rapidly. Drawn rather rapidly, just trying to get down an idea. I'll even show you one that we did in the classroom that looks really crazy. Okay, here we go. Here's this window. Here's this window again. Where is it? See? There's that window again. Please excuse my dog back there. This plant, done rather quickly, rather loose, rather quick, splashed in some colors to kind of bring it out. But the drawing of it was done rather quickly. And it's journal time. So journal time should be just fun time, experiment time, play time, if you will. So here is the class drawing that was done really quickly. This was done, I don't think I spent 5 minutes on this drawing and the wash, because it was about just trying to capture the essence. And I believe the essence was captured. There, you see that there's 2 people, they're carrying something, and you see that there's a dog. That's really all that mattered. And then when I came to over here and was playing, I just wanted to play with a quick structure. And in the beginning, there was only just a few people. But then I started realizing how nice it was and quick it was to just take the pen and then just start drawing those basic shapes like a head, a torso, and then throwing in like what would be legs and the gesture of an arm, and there's a person. So then I started playing again with people on the balcony, cars, bikes, silhouettes of people, and then I just started putting people everywhere, which took me on another journey. See if I could find that, because I just go sometimes back and forth on my pages. So it took me on another journey where I redid the people again, going for speed, not going for super accuracy, just added a little bit more details to the back. But then I started playing around with this, and this prompts me to where we'll be doing more of this today, where we're going to be incorporating, let's say, and even in this scene, there's no people, but you could add a person. You could just come right here and just quickly throw in a shape, maybe put in the torso, throw in some legs, and you got a person now in the scene. See that? They're in the scene now. And that person just represents life in the painting. What they're doing, where they're going, doesn't matter. You could draw another person walking down the street. I just don't want to make this too crowded. But look how quickly that person, based on this ideology was to just throw in a basic head, a basic torso, and some spindles for some legs and feet. And now I have a person gestured in this watercolor that I'll paint later. And that's what this was all about. These are just watercolor splotches with dots for heads added and pulled down for legs. This is just the same thing where you gesturally draw a torso, a basic shape, because you don't even need much, because the mind puts it together for you. We're so familiar with the human figure that even when it's not drawn to any specifics, we get enough data and information that it reads people even to us. Even if you took this pen and you just made some squiggly lines like this. Now just bear with me. I'm not doing anything specific. That's just some squiggly lines, right? But what if we were to throw a few heads at the top of this and a few lines at the bottom? Now you got a crowd. You got the look of a distant crowd, which could be closer, could be further away. And that's because our mind puts it all together for us, because as humans, we know the human figure because we see it so much that it doesn't take a lot for us to recognize people, shapes, and things of that nature. And the same could be said of a vehicle. You could just quickly throw in a box shape, some headlights, some tires, a mirror on the side, and you pretty much have yourself a car. You know, you pretty much have yourself a car. You could darken in the windows if you want, you know, put a little shadow underneath it, and you got yourself a vehicle, you know, that could represent a vehicle. And to show you that, I think I did something here, more people, but let's take a quick look at it. Look, gestural lines, people, gestural lines, cars, right? Trucks, buses, sides of cars. It's just dogs, lawnmowers, tables, fishing, bending, stretching, just gesturally. But these could fit into a picture that can be painted. Let's see if we can't find that one. Here you go. There. Just started out with a gestural box to put a car shape in. That's really this same thing, license plate, some shadows, side views, and created a whole street scene just by taking the pen and drawing in some more shapes. You could make this into some kind of a scene. You know, you could put some poles, just draw a few straight lines, a little sign here. You know, you could put some more people in the scene. See, this is what I think lends to more journaling. This is what I think lends to more capturing the essence, capturing the moment. You can still, you know, like look at things and try to keep it into a perspective, which we'll talk about later on. And it doesn't have to be all hard and fast rules, just the basic general idea. Like here, back here, let's say, for example, down this street, there's another car, but it's further back. It's further in the scene now. It's not close. So that little indication puts something in the street back there, just as this put a person over here or a person over here, which, you know, their heads line up. The buildings, you know, you could just go here and put an angle to this building because it's got a shadow on the side. You could do the same for this building and the same for this building and give it a little bit of dimension. But the idea of playing around and journaling or capturing or really truly using pen and ink watercolor washes for things other than very specific hard and fast paintings and drawings, you can get really loose, really quick, really fast, really gestural, and capture so many things in such a short span of time. This video was 18 minutes and 21 seconds so far, 23 if you keep counting. But look how much we've covered. And the same could be true if you were going to sit and draw muffins, or if you're going to draw watermelon or salt shaker. Does it have to be? Look how wonky that is. But it reads salt shaker or some kind of a shaker. It reads bottles. It reads the design. And these were done rather quickly. I think you saw the video where I did this. Here's a pencil sketch of some organic honey that's just begging to be completed. I just don't know exactly what I want to put it behind it. But this is journaling. This is what you want to do. This is how you want to catch full buildings without having to sit there and be like an architect. You want to spend as little time as possible putting cars in the parking lot that kind of give the feeling of cars without having to draw the Mercedes, the Audi, the BMW, the Lincolns. You know, you don't really need that unless that's what you're after. You know, but the essence, the capturing of the essence of the ice cream, of the pears, you know, like I said, the muffins or the onions or the garlic or these bottles. You just wanna get into the habit. This is bathroom stuff. This is just a bunch of different items in my closet, my razor, my toothbrush, my skincare, my cologne, my facial scrub that my lovely wife bought for me, my Q-tips, my underarm deodorant. I mean, baby oil, Febreze spray. This is a piece of pound cake along with a scene of a quick landscape and clouds, where again you can go into these things and you can add, you know, buildings and so forth, and kind of give perspective that there's more things in this picture than there is, you know, just with a few gestural lines. You know, you could just kind of add to the ambiance of your sketch. It looks like a smiley face. I'm just gonna purposely just wiggle this out because I didn't want that. You got a piece of lemon cake here. You know, I mean, here's some stuff from the kitchen. You know, just color splotches and then color blocks, and then going in and drawing the shapes on top of it. This is outside in the garden study, where there's all kinds of florals being grown in different pots. You know, a boat scene. And then here again is me wanting to draw a flower, but look how specific this is. See? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, occasionally that's going to happen, but what you want to try to do is stay loose, stay quick, you know? So on that note, and again, I wanted to shoot this and talk real time, because this is basically what I'd like to try to do with some of the street scenes, where we kind of capture the essence and shape very gesturally, very quickly, throw in some people, change things if you want to, add, take away, redefine. Don't be so worried about perfection, and just try to capture the essence. And that's all I have for today. Well, I hope this was interesting, and I look forward to painting more with you in the future.